Today's episode is sponsored by Anchor. If you haven't already heard of Anchor, it's one of the easiest ways to make a podcast. I even use Anchor myself, and from personal experience, I 100% recommend Anchor for those who want to start a successful podcast. First of all, Anchor is 100% free, which is great for beginners. Next, there are tools that allow you to record and edit episodes from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your own podcast so it can be heard everywhere: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and anywhere else you listen to your podcast at. The best part is, using Anchor can even make you some money. No minimum listenership. Everything you need to create your podcast is all in the Anchor app, and that's why I love it. Download the free Anchor app on the App Store or go to anchor.fm. Again, to download the Anchor app, go to the App Store or anchor.fm to get started. Thank you so much, Anchor, for sponsoring this episode of Readability. Welcome to Readability. I'm your host, Ashley Kelson. In Readability, we read all kinds of stories, from short storybooks to large chapter books. You could sit down with family or just lay back and relax. Every Saturday, we read, review, and recommend different books for your listening pleasure. I really hope you enjoy Readability. Let's get started. All right, let's get on to our Readability kickoff session. Hello everyone, I hope you all had a great Christmas this year. Even though I don't have much to say for this kickoff session, the only thing I really have to say is that Readability is now available on Pocket Casts, so go check that out if you'd like. I guess I'll just move on to what we'll be doing today. Since 2019 is coming to an end, in today's episode of Readability, I will be giving you all my top 3 favorite books of all time. Along with the book name and author, I will be telling you all a summary and why I love the book. This episode is great for kids who don't know what to read currently. Also, the order of the list is not going to be in order of which book is best. It's just going to be in random order. So let's get right into it. Book number 1, The Fudge Series by Judy Blume. I bet you've heard of the one and only Judy Blume. Judy writes children's novels, and in this little series, with the main characters Peter being the oldest and Farley/Fudge being the youngest, Peter has to deal with the crazy brother that is Fudge, going to weird places and having funny and pure events. Judy Blume is such a creative writer and makes the story so relatable to those who have siblings. And even if you don't, this series will bring a smile to your face or even a laugh. The characters, especially Peter, have such a witty personality. Peter even has a comedic perspective in life, and kids his age, around the age of 8 to 12, can relate to the situations he is in and gets a good laugh out of it. It's such a great short chapter book to read in your free time for kids. Book number 2, Front Desk by Kelly Yang. 10-year-old Mia Tang has immigrated from China to the United States. Having significant expectations for their new life, Mia's parents soon realize that it isn't going to be easy. Working at the front desk at the Cavalista Motel with the mean motel owner, Mr. Yao, is tough enough. Along with trouble at home, Mia has to deal with the stuff going on at school, trying to fit in and meeting new friends. I am thinking about doing a front desk review shortly, so I'm gonna try to not spoil much. Kelly Yang writes this coming-of-age tale that warms my heart. It's an emotional story of trial and error with the Tang family and events that some can relate to, even me. Mia's personality is so courageous and reliable, and she is willing to do whatever it takes to achieve her goal. I love this book so much, and Kelly Yang does an excellent job writing Front Desk. Book number 3, Real Friends by Shannon Hale. This is the only graphic novel on the list. This book was absolutely amazing. It talks about friendship and the meaning of it. It follows Shannon, the main character, and her childhood best friend, Adrian. Shannon has always been very anxious and nervous about school. But once Shannon meets Adrian, she feels much happier. That's not until a few years later that Adrian meets a girl named Jen. And Jen's friend group starts bullying Shannon. And now she's wondering if Adrian wants to be her friend anymore. I'll be honest, there's way more to the story than what I just told you. Shannon Hale does a fantastic job writing these characters. Shannon, not the author, is very realistic and relates to a lot of kids her age that are going through the same situation. I recommend this book to kids. It's a great lesson to show what friends are for. Before I end this episode, I just want to say thank you again to Anchor for sponsoring this episode. I adore Anchor so much for what they do for inspiring podcasters. Once again, to download Anchor, go to anchor.fm or download it on the App Store. Thank you all for listening to my top 3 favorite books of all time. I hope you all had a great 2019 and are ready for 2020. Here's the official Readability ending. Thank you for joining me, your host, Ashley Kelson, on Readability. It has been a really great time, and I hope you join me again next week. Remember, every Saturday we either read, review, or recommend a book for your listening pleasure. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Keep reading, folks. Bye!